Okay, so you all are welcome to this section. Um, as I was saying before, my name is Chukwuma Dike, and I'm the project lead for Wiki Activate Africa. And on this section, we actually want to do a little bit of digital training on cybersecurity. So we noticed that Wikimedians are always online, doing a lot of things online, and both editing, both contributing to Wikipedia, and also doing their personal stuff for their personal things. So we thought it wise to, okay, bring this issue up, the issue of cybersecurity or maybe digital security or um, or information security. We thought it was to bring it up and enlighten many Wikimedians on what it is to secure yourself online and how to secure yourself online so that you will not fall prey to all these hackers, all these internet fraudsters, all these people looking for a way to take advantage of you online. We thought it wise to, okay, enlighten and also impart knowledge on so many of our contributors on this issue of cybersecurity. So it's not so that when you are online, you know the things you are supposed to do and the things you are not supposed to do to also keep you safe online because the world is actually going so digital. And the more the world, the digital space is advancing, so as the digital insecurity is also advancing. So we thought it wise to bring this section to all of us. Um, Moving forward, this section will actually be in two parts. So I will take you on the cybersecurity aspects, and my colleague Olubusola will take you on the Wikipedia aspects, where we are going to learn how to contribute on wiki quotes and Wikipedia. So, but she will focus on wiki quotes actually, because we noticed that also many people don't know how wiki quotes works, but a lot of people know about Wikipedia. So we are going to focus on these two sections, and I'll be the one taking on the cybersecurity aspect, which is the most important topic of this section. So moving forward, I would love to share my screen um, to you all so that we can start up immediately. All right. Mhm. Okay, so I don't know. I guess we all can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, let me use this. Okay, so the topic of today is focusedly on cybersecurity, and we called it cybersecurity literacy for Wikimedians. So it's actually I tried as much as possible to make it not a lot of technical, but something you could, even though you're not that much technical, you can actually pick one or two things from it, because cybersecurity on its totality, some parts are so much more technical, while some are literally things you can do by yourself. Introducing myself, okay, I have a passion for cybersecurity. So I did a lot of courses on with Google on cybersecurity and information security. And I also did a course on with Oracle on also cybersecurity. So I'm talking from a place of knowledge and things I have seen, both the things that has also happened to me online because almost all my work is online. So I have also fall victim of these things. So I will be talking to you from both a victim perspective and someone that has actually had some kind of knowledge on digital security. Okay, so moving forward, what we are going to learn on this section is how to detect these threats, how to detect these online threats, how to also protect our data information, all our information online, and how to comply to some of the rules that will guide us from being victims of this insecurity online while doing some of our contributions and also doing our personal stuff online. So these are the three things we're going to focus on this section. Just like I said before, cybersecurity is a very vast um, aspects of digital security. So we'll try as much as possible to make it relatable to our day-to-day activity and our contribution towards Wikimedia projects. So we'll make it as much as possible to be relatable. Also, why is this so important? Why does it matter? Just like I was saying before, Wikimedians, we all work online. Everything we do is online. And the more you stay online, the more vulnerable you are, even though you will not know it. But the more you are online, the more vulnerable you are to attackers, to bullies, and all that. Also, contributors are very visible and traceable online, just like Wikimedia will tell you that if you want to log into their platform, you should use your username and password. You shouldn't just start doing contributing on their platform without logging in, because why they are so serious about that is because when you log in without your username and password, your IP address shows. And when your IP address shows, someone can actually locate you with your IP addresses. Someone can actually pin you down, like come to you straight up with your location with your IP address online. So it could actually lead to attack and all that. So we should be more careful on that. Also, new editors often lack security awareness. So we find out that a lot of editors and contributors, they are not really vast on the digital, the internet. So they just focus on editing Wikipedia or any Wikimedia projects, and they don't actually know other things that are happening behind the closed doors. And so we found out that so many new editors also doesn't have that, are not security conscious when they're online. And also cyber threats and bullies and attacks could actually affect the way you participate. Like if you are once, maybe you have experienced insecurity online before, or maybe something happened to you online before, it would actually affect the way you would want to contribute going forward. But if you know the things that are involved, you could actually find your way around how to solve your issues. So this is the why we are bringing up this topic. It actually matters to us as Wikimedians. So moving forward, what is this cybersecurity we are all talking about? Um, on a simple definition, I would say is protecting your electronic device and data from hacking, from cyber threats and phishing. Phishing is a type of cyber threats. and is the one that always occur to both personal and organizations. So it's a kind of practice that actually protects us from all these digital attacks. So that is what cybersecurity is all about. It's about you being aware of what you can do to be protected from digital attacks, online attacks, internet attacks, and all the threats that comes in from you being online. So cybersecurity is the practice of protecting digital information, networks, and systems from unauthorized access, which are hackers, use or harm, preventing use or harm. And also it involves preventing cyber threats such as hacking, malware, and phishing from happening. Also, the goal for cybersecurity literacy is also to safeguard and to safeguard sensitive data. So there is what we call personal data, just like your maybe your house address, your phone number, even your medical records, and maybe your school, the things you do every day. So the goal of cybersecurity is for you protecting yourself from strangers that you don't know, from knowing a lot of things about you just because of you online. So this is the main goal, is for you to protect yourself from all this. I will tell you one story. This one is even happening recently. So uh, there is a guy, Paul is very popular, and he's actually duping someone the ladies in I think Australia or so. So they've actually duped the woman like 2 point something million, right? So before the woman understand that, okay, these people are not genuine, and she now contacted a US FBI, retired FBI agent and all that. So the agent didn't even, I was watching the documentary, the agent did not even do a lot of work per se to track this person down in Nigeria. So he just like followed the person online on his social media. And before you know it, he was able to track this person down to his house in Abuja here. Just only, he didn't even do any code. He may be trying to send a threat or anything. No, he was just consistently following this person online. And before you know, he knew the contractor that built his house. From what the person was posting online, he was able to dictate the contractor that built his house in Abuja. And from there, he went to the contractor. From having just mere conversation from the contractor, he was able to locate all the estates the contractor has uh, has done something on. From there, he was able to locate the man. So you see that a lot of things, we call it also digital footprints. So a lot of things you are doing on internet is being watched from people you don't know about. Just like we say in technical terms, nothing is actually deleted. You can delete things. You looking at it, you can think that you've deleted things, but sometimes nothing can be deleted online. Even though you have deleted it, nothing can be actually deleted. So the topic of cybersecurity helps us to secure ourselves from all these problems, from all these attackers, and from covering up our digital footprints to some certain extent. Okay, moving forward, let us go to some statistics about. Okay, before I move on, do we have any question or comments? Is there anyone with any question or comment before we move on?
So, yes.
Maureen, do you have?
Yes, and it might sound like a layman question, but I'm just trying to make sure for the record. The
Yeah,
digital footprints,
yeah.
they are basically what cannot be erased. Correct. That's the same thing you're saying.
Can you speak up a little bit? Let me.
Yes, I'm sorry. Can you hear me better now?
Okay, I think yeah, I can.
Okay. So I was saying, as far as the digital footprints, you're saying that those are basically what cannot be erased. Correct.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yes, exactly. So yeah, so our digital footprints online shows a lot of things that we have done online. So for people, for security agencies that have a lot of access to some digital platforms, such like Facebook, let's say Facebook, a lot of agencies have a lot of access, security agencies have access to your Facebook and also maybe Instagram and all that, and even TikTok. So when a government security agent or agency is trying to do some investigation, they go around looking for everything you have done online. So those things you have done online, maybe when you posted, you have a birthday, when you posted, you went out with your friend, all those things are your digital footprints. So they are always online, even though you think that you have deleted some, which sometimes there is no problem, it's actually deleted. But from the back, nothing is actually deleted. They could actually revert everything back and see what you have done, who you have communicated to, and all that. So a lot of security agents have access to our digital footprints online. So that's what I'm trying to say. And also the way a lot of security agents have this, that's also the way some hackers could actually see a lot of things you have been doing online, and anybody can track anyone down. So that is why this topic is very, very important, so that we know the things we are supposed to do and the things we are not supposed to do. So let me give us, I don't know if that's answered your question, Maureen.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So let me give us some statistics of what cybersecurity has actually done in the world and in Africa also. So um, s- cybercrime cybercrime is projected to cost the world $10 trillion US dollar annually by 2025, just this past year. So you can imagine the amount cybercrime is costing the world. And this figure also suggested that this $10 trillion is larger than so many countries' economy. I think it's even larger than Nigeria economy. Yeah, I think Nigerian budget has not gotten to trillion, 10 trillion. I know we are around 3 trillion or 5, but I'm not sure. But I think maybe so many small countries in Africa or even in Europe, this amount is bigger than it. So you can see what cybercrime is costing the world. And also, on average, a data breach costs organizations about $4.44 million, yeah, globally in 2025. So sometimes when you have data breach, so some organizations, just like Wikimedia, can have a cyber issue, maybe an attack. The amount it costs the whole organizations in the world or companies to solve so many of cyber crimes they encountered is ranging on $4.4 million. Um, so you can see the kind of money it's costing the world to deal with cyber security. Also, in first quarter of 2025, cyber attacks per organization rose sharply, averaging 1,925 weekly attacks. So you can see it's 47% increase on this last year, first quarter of last year. So you see, the more we advance in technology, the more the cyber attacks are advancing. Also, there is this cyber attack called ransomware. So this ransomware, I've actually encountered it before, personally. And when it's happened to me, it looks like a joke, but it's not a joke. So ransomware has to do, it's just like kidnapping your data. It's just like kidnapping your everything in your laptop, your files, everything. You will see that you can't have access to it unless you make a payment to some crypto accounts. This happened to me, I think, around 2022. Yeah. Before I know, my laptop was all blocked. I can't access anything in my laptop. So I just have to like wipe everything in my laptop off. I have to format my system before I could start putting up new. All my files was lost because I wasn't able to pay such amounts. So it's very, very demoralizing. So predictions suggest that 1.6 million unique phishing sites could be detected in 2025. So, and millions of users may be targeted. So you see that a lot of websites and applications are being manufactured every year for these attacks. So, and just like I told you, phishing is a type of cyber crime where they exploit your details online. So you can see that phishing has increased also. Phishing social engineering has actually increased also. Then coming down to Africa, a large-scale international operation like Interpol led 574 arrests across 19 African nations, indicating cyber crime prevalence and response efforts. So you can see how many arrests that was done particularly to cyber crimes in Africa. So you can see that is increasing. So these are some staggering statistics that we think that are not important, but they are very, very huge. You can see how much it's costing the world to solve cyber crime. You can see also the number of arrests that is being done for some people that was caught doing these things online. So cybersecurity is actually a whole lot to deal with. Okay, so moving forward, so why take cybersecurity serious? Just like I've said before, what was secured yesterday may not be secure today. So just like I don't know, so many of us use these apps, right? Applications. So every day, sometimes you can hear your app sending you some notification that you should update this app. I don't know, many of us do see that, right? That you should update your app and all that, meaning that a lot of applications, when they notice that there is a security breach, what they do is that they repair it behind and push it out so that you will update your app. For most of us that uses iPhones, you can see a lot of, sometimes you will see that you need to update your iOS, right? Android does that automatically. You could just be using Android and it has already updated. And so many apps we use on our phones and on our laptop, Microsoft, they will always advise you to update your application and your software. That is because of they must have solved a cyber security issue behind, and they want it to be effective on your own end. That is why most of those upgrades are very important. Is a whole lot important. So whenever you see some upgrade on updates about your application, the applications you use both on your phone or your laptop, please kindly try and update it. It's very, very important because some security breaches has been patched and they want you to also, for it to be effective on your device. So you can see new software and hardware vulnerability are found every day. So every day, all these hackers and internet fraudsters, they keep on bringing up different kind of attacks. Now that is the age of AI, you could see that a whole lot, the attacks has even multiplied and in different forms and formats. Nowadays, you could even see Donald Trump talking to you, and he's not Donald Trump, and everything will just look like Donald Trump because of AI. So these attackers are using a whole lot of AI to make their work more efficient. I'll tell you a story again. So during this last US presidential election, the US, they actually make use of, they do all these donations for their political parties and their aspirants. So this fraudster, this internet fraudster, was actually just taking notes of what was happening. What he did was just to Donald Trump party was doing contribution for him as a president. So he looked at the email that they were using to make that donation. He set up an email that looks like that exact email, but he changed an I to 1. I in capital letter will look like 1. I don't know if you guys understand me. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so what the person did was just to change a letter in that email, and he broadcasted that email to everyone in the US, and people were now making donations through him, and he was busy siphoning those money. So it was later that the FBI had to investigate and notice that there is actually someone collecting money also on behalf of Donald Trump. And they look at the email, it was really looking the same, but it's just that I is now turned to 1. So you see that these people are getting smarter every day. So vulnerabilities are getting sophisticated every day. So that is why we take this cybersecurity thing serious. So over 400,000 new malware, viruses, and ransomware are released every day. So you can see that these hackers are not even taking a break. They are releasing a lot of malware and viruses every day into the digital space. So we should be, it's left for us to know how to curtail these things so that we will not fall victims. So, but these people are actually reinventing themselves every day, and they are reinventing their techniques every day to suit how the world works per day. So maybe it's not what is obtainable last year, might not be what they are doing this year. So they keep on rebranding themselves and the techniques. So moving forward, I would like us to just brush on the pillars of and objectives of cybersecurity. Just like Wikimedia has its own pillar, the things they focus on, and the things that make them more authentic. And cybersecurity also has the things it focuses on. So one of its pillar is confidentiality. So we all want to protect our information, especially our personal information. That is confidentiality. At least before you release your information, you should be able to know who you are giving your information to. You can also see in so many applications or so many online activities, they will ask you to read some agreements for you to sign whether you agree to this or that. So that is you signing that, okay, you are aware of these things and you want to be part of it. Is you giving them your giving them go ahead order to maybe use your data and work with it on any way they want to. Also, cybersecurity, one of cybersecurity pillar is also integrity. Protecting information from unauthorized modification. So some data online, some information online are being protected a lot. Example is the Wikimedia platform. There are some articles on Wikipedia that you cannot be able to edit or contribute to. Why? Because those articles could actually is very, very important and they could actually cause harm if anything is being done to it, if it's being vandalized. Example of one of those article is articles on COVID. During those COVID-19 time, you could see that you cannot be able to edit COVID-19 articles around 2020, yeah, and 2021. You cannot be able to edit those articles because they know if you're not a professional and maybe you put on jargons on that kind of article, you might cause harm somewhere else. It's just like when people were saying people should drink salt. During the time we had Ebola, right, in Nigeria, there was so many publications saying that people should drink salt. So many people drank salt and died because of their blood pressure and all that. So you can see some information needs to be protected with all costs so that it will not cause harm to the general public. Also, we have integrity, which is another pillar of cybersecurity, preventing disruption in how information is being accessed. So this has to do with having middlemen. So a good hacker could actually interrupt some of your communications. Let's say you are sending an email and maybe the channel you are sending your email towards with is not protected. A good hacker can actually come in the middle and divert your email to another place. So you can see that so many email platform has good security outfits. Even Wikimedia has a section that works for them on security so that all these hackers cannot be able to hack people's email, divert information, and twist information. So cybersecurity will help you help informations to have that integrity. And maybe when you see an information coming toward from this person, you know that okay, genuinely is actually from this person and it's not from a hacker. So that is also the parts where cybersecurity plays its role very well. Moving forward, let's talk on understanding the dangers of cybersecurity. One of the dangers is hacking. We know this. We have been hearing hacking a lot of times, and it looks like a big English, but hacking can actually come in so many ways. So someone could be on their system and they are reading whatever you are doing on your own system because of what they have access to your system remotely. So they can, a good tech person can actually, a good cybersecurity engineer can actually hack your system and know what is happening there, what file, where your files are and all that. So hacking is unauthorized access to systems and information. So they do this with in so many ways. They could send attack to your, let's say, website and get to know from your website, they get to know where your website is being hosted, what is happening on the back end of your website and all that. So hacking is a whole lot, but it also comes in simple way. Then we have this phishing. I want us to take notes on this phishing aspects of cybercrime, because this one is the ones that they use for individuals. Hacking can be used maybe mostly for organizations, big companies, and all that. But individuals just like you and I, all these cyber criminals use a lot of phishing, and phishing is a kind of social engineering. They don't actually. It doesn't come as an attack. It comes as friendly as possible. Like, okay, they can send you an email and tell you, hey, I'm the I'm the next king in our community. I'm the king of Arab. They will mention one Arab country, and they will tell you they have inheritance of so $1 million. You should help them to claim this money. And they will ask you, they will now put a link. Immediately you tap on that link, you are gone. All your data, everything about you is being mirrored to to their own database. So phishing doesn't come as an attack, you will know. It comes like a friendly attack, something you have been doing before. Maybe let's say you run an NGO, something you have been helping people, something you have been doing before. They could just come that way and take everything from you. Also, this phishing can be done through telephone calls. I don't know if you are in Nigeria, mostly, you would have noticed that sometimes some strange numbers call you, numbers that are not even Nigerian numbers. They call you, and when you don't pick, they cut the call. I don't. Most of you must have encountered those numbers from Zimbabwe, numbers from Ivory Coast, numbers from even UK, US. You don't have any connection there, and they are calling your line directly. Those things are attack. The moment you pick those numbers, they might have read your whole contact list. So you should be mindful. If you don't have anything, you are not expecting, if you're not expecting any call, okay, Maureen, I'll get to you. If you are not expecting any call from any kind of strange numbers, you shouldn't pick. Don't pick. Just because they don't even need you to talk. Immediately you pick, a whole lot can go wrong. So they can also attack you through SMS. Normal SMS, that one we call smishing. So that phishing is done on email, smishing is SMS, then the telephone thing. So it can also happen a lot of ways they can actually attack you while you are online. So sometimes the attacks doesn't look like physically is an attack. It looks like a friendly thing, but before you know, a whole lot of things will go wrong from there. Okay, Maureen, yeah, you can say,
Yes. So in regards to this, I wanted to
yeah.
know if so I've had this experience. I'm calling other numbers, Nigeria, Ghana, and it's like I've had someone pick up the line and they're speaking to me. Either it's like a automated response, it's not my person, or it's someone that's like maybe East Asian or something like that. They're talking, like saying hello, trying to keep you online. So I've hung up, but is that also a possibility that, because I still don't understand how that happened. Like I've called someone and it was like their line got cut, and yeah. I don't know if I'm
Okay.
explaining it to you enough for you to understand. But
Okay,
yes.
so from what I heard you said, you have actually called someone and they did not pick. They didn't pick your call
Yes, that's
because of
correct.
maybe they are suspecting that you is a wrong number or you shouldn't call them.
No, no. So what I'm saying is for instance, I've called my friend here in Ghana,
Okay. Okay.
and instead of them picking the line themselves, I've even recorded it. Um, I would get something
Okay,
or
someone
some way
else.
it would they would answer, and it was like an
Okay,
automated, hey,
okay. I
who
get
is
that.
this? I don't know you. So like, and it was like an automated response, and it wasn't my person. And then another time I've called someone where it was an actual person that answered, and they were a foreign entity, and they were trying to talk to me. At that point in time, I would hurry up and hang up. But I
Okay,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, that was
Okay,
crazy.
so yeah, so this is what we call the middleman attack. So you could see that they actually attack your phone calls in the middle and diverted it to their own. So it could actually happen. It could actually be an attack, but sometimes some of these our Africa telecommunication companies, they are not that sufficient enough. So sometimes they could actually be bouncing off calls, and maybe when you call someone, your call will bounce to another person's number. So it could actually be a technical issue, and also it could actually be is a security issue. Maybe someone is actually monitoring your calls and diverting your calls. So, but the thing is that when you notice some of those things, there are remedies to it, which you could do as quick as possible. One of it is to switch off your phone immediately, take out your SIM card and your batteries, and make sure that you are completely offline for some time, and then you can actually come back and be calm. Don't try to contact them again, or try to just don't do anything to connect back to them again. So when some of those things happen, you go totally offline so that they might not be able to get deep access to your data, maybe let's say your contacts on your phone and all that. So you should just be careful. A lot of things are happening online though. So just like I was saying before, Maureen, we should all be careful on this. So there could be middleman attack where people cut your SMS, your email in the middle, they divert it. So one thing about internet is we are all connected somehow in the internet. Internet looks like pipelines connecting, let's say, water to every building. All these things you are seeing online are somehow connected. So someone could actually come in the middle and divert if the security are not efficient enough. Some hackers could actually come online and divert emails, divert SMS, divert calls to another place. So it could actually, it's very, very possible to happen. Okay, so some of us will say, but an attacker isn't interested in me. Waiting I get, what did I have? I don't have a lot. I don't have money in my bank account. I don't have, what is it? I'm not the president. I'm not the, but they are not, sometimes those ones, there are some ones that are not even looking for big people. They are not, you will lead them to something bigger. You are a means to an end. Do you understand? So you're a means to an end. Let me give you an example. So this in Wikimedia, we have usernames and password. Those usernames and password could actually, if you are reckless about it, you can actually give access to a hacker on Wikimedia back end unknowingly. They could actually access Wikimedia back end from your username and password. So it's very important to keep those things safe. Let's say if let's also look at some attackers and targets, credit card and financial data. So your credit card could actually be accessed. Let's say they fished your email or your account, and they find out, okay, this person, you have a credit card. They could actually access your credit card and see every transactions you have done. And maybe if you're expecting some kind of funds, they might also get alerts when funds are coming into your credit card. So all those things are very important. You would think that I don't have a lot. Why would any attacker online look into my matter? No, you are also as vulnerable as the big guys and presidents and all those big organizations. You are also as important as them. So you should also keep yourself very safe. Also, they can also access your medical details, prescription, insurance, identity fraud. So yeah, just like AI is coming up now, they could actually use your identity and do some scam somewhere else. So a lot of things can actually go wrong from your own parts. Also, your computer, you will say, okay, why, but attackers isn't interested in me, but your computer is there. And if your computer is very, very important to you, let's say you work remotely, you do everything on your system, they could kidnap your computer. That's a ransomware, and ask you to pay. You have to pay before they release it. If you don't pay, your computer is as good as gone. Unless maybe you take it to where they will wipe out everything, which will also involve you losing your documents, your files, and all that. Also, sending off spam emails, they can actually use your email to send a whole lot of spam to people, and it will look as if you are the one sending those things, but you're not the one. Maybe you are the accountant in your company or something like that. They could hack your email and be sending proposals or maybe financial details to somewhere else, asking them for loan and all that, whereby you are not the person doing all those things. So, and they could gain access to a lot of information also just from you that is thinking that you are not that important for anyone to attack online. A whole lot of things could go wrong just from you. So that is also why we should take this cyber security very, very serious. Okay, so let's also go on how you can identify these threats. Cyber attackers commonly use email, phone calls, and instant messages, just like WhatsApp messages, SMS, to target their audience or even organizations or even companies. So the things you should look out for, one of the things you should look out for is, are you expecting contact from this person? This person that is talking to you, are you expecting anything from him? Do you know him from anywhere? So those are the questions you should ask yourself when you see some strange emails, phone calls, or messages. Is this coming from an unexpected account or phone number? If it's yes, you might not want to pick. Would the person usually contact you about contents of the message? When you read the message and you see that, this person contacting me doesn't even know about this thing. So how come? Those are the things that raise red flag about some of their messages. When someone from nowhere contacts you on issues that you know about, but you don't know how come the person knew about those kind of details. So also look at the message link. Whenever a message or a text or an email is containing a link, look it up. Find there is a platform called link extenders. If you type on Google, you will see link extenders. When you copy those links, don't open them. When you go to Google and you will see link extenders. When you extend those links and you find out that you don't understand where the link is taking you to, please don't click on it, because just one click can take everything away from you. Also, does the message sounds like the sender's usual message? Also, people told you can be a means to an end. So let's say someone wants to attack your company, they can use you, they can frame like they are your colleague or your boss and be asking you some strange questions. It's left for you to understand, to know that, to ask yourself, is this how my boss do talk to me? Is this how my boss messages do come? Can my boss wake up by 7 p.m. to ask me to do something? Those are the things you should be very, very aware of before you want to engage those kind of things. Also, check out their spellings and grammar. There are some of them, some of these internet fraudsters or cyber criminals can be very nonchalant about their spellings because they are always in a haste. They could actually be making so many kind of errors in their spellings. Be watchful of that also. Is the sender trying to make you do something that is unusual and appears urgent? Sometimes they will be kind of do this. You have so time to do this. You have when you are seeing that those kind of things happening, just know that these people might not be real. So it's left for you to be very, very cautious of what you are doing. Moving forward, so do we have anyone that wants to ask questions or contribution? Any question or contribution?
We have two questions in the chat board.
Okay.
One says, what type of threats or attacks are common on Wikimedia platforms?
Okay.
And
Okay,
the other was, okay.
Okay, yeah, read the other.
The other was asking, please, what's the meaning of conditional call forwarding? I see it every time I make calls. I've tried removing by pressing some codes, but it still shows.
Conditional call forwarding.
Yes.
Okay, those can be from your network providers. So your network providers could actually maybe have a way they do their voicemail and all that. So yeah, those can actually be from your network provider. So the thing you should do is to contact your network provider and ask them what does this actually mean, and also when you try to do those kind of calls, does it take you to another person's line, or does it take you to somewhere else that you don't know? So you should try as much as possible to ask your network provider about those kind of call forwarding. So it could be their in-house mechanism also on how to forward calls and voicemail. Can you read me that first question?
Okay, the first question says, what type of threats or attacks are common on Wikimedia platforms?
Okay, yeah. So most of the times the common ones on Wikimedia platforms are vandalization. Those ones are generic one. People posing as contributors, but they are vandalizing articles. Those are the common ones. That is why some very, very important high risk articles are being locked. You will see a key sign on top of it is being locked. You must have some kind of access before you can be able to edit it. Those are one of the common ones. Vandalism. People also trying to vandalize article, and also generating fake articles in this our present AI generation, generating a whole lot of fake articles, AI articles that doesn't make sense sometimes. So you will see people will be posing as contributors and editors, and they will be publishing a whole lot of fake articles. That's why if you were in our previous class on AI, we talked about how to know these AI generated articles and how to report them, and also how to help clean them up. So another one is your username and password. So Wikimedia has a cybersecurity department. When we go further, you will see how you should be able to secure your password and username, your Wikipedia password and user, and the policy they have about password and user and your username. So you don't just form any password and any username. It actually has a policy that they encourage their users to use so that they will not fall victim, because actually a deliberate attacker could actually attack Wikimedia Foundation through just your username and password. So, but when we go further, in the next two slides, you will see policies guiding your password on Wikimedia. Is that all the question there now?
Yes, the other question is just asking if the slides would be available after the call.
Oh, sure. It will be on the Meta page of this event. Okay, so let's move forward. We need to wrap up a little so that we can move to the next section. So identifying the threats with these cyber criminals, for you to identify them, phishing, just like I've been talking about it, phishing is actually a kind of social engineering that is actually targeted to individuals most at times, not even corporate organizations, but individuals just like you and I. So just like in the last slide, I was talking about urgent tones. When you read the person's email or the call, when you're asking, and the person is kind of rushing you on something you know that shouldn't be rushed. So you should be able to step back a little bit and ask yourself, where is this person coming from? Fake login page. So some of those links could direct you to a fake login. So let's say your bank details. Someone can, because I'm into tech, I've actually been on my own one day working, and someone tested me. Can I design um, World Bank World Bank websites for them? I was now like, huh? You want me to design World Bank website for you? As how? Who are you? So when I start making findings, I now understood that there are all these internet fraudsters. So imagine what they want to do. They want the World Bank website. You know what it entails. So when they put that thing up, they can actually host it on any platform and maybe send different organizations the link to it. And maybe an organization will now go and be making deposits on a fake page of World Bank, or they'll be asking them to register for so thing and be collecting money from them. Because those organizations might think that, okay, this is World Bank. Maybe they are doing some transaction, or they have some relationship with the World Bank, without knowing it's a fake World Bank page that they are working on. So you should be careful on some login pages you go to and put in your login details or your credit card details or your debit card details. You should be very, very careful. Suspicious link. When you see a link and the link is not actually making sense to you, think twice, try to expand the link and know where it's heading to. Some links can come in short form, short URL, but if you go to, can we all see my screen? If you go to link expanders, we have link. Can you all see my Google screen now, or are you still seeing the?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so if you go to Google link expanders, you can actually you can actually see a link expander app here. When you put a shortened link here, it will actually, okay, let me find a short link. Okay, so I did this. Okay, so this form, I think, is a short link. Let me see. So let me put this here. So I'll ask you to expand. Okay, so it's telling me that, okay, so I think this is a long link. So, but you can see this link is telling you something that this form is telling you about reimbursements, which is the title of the form I created. So there are some short links. I don't have any short link here. There are some short links you will see, and you don't know what they are talking about. Use link expanders to expand the links and see where the link is pointing you to. Okay, so also how to identify some of these threats is by also just like I was saying, impersonation, fake profiles, AI generated messages and contents. Those things could be red flag to for you to know that, okay, this is a threat. This is not okay. And maybe this message is not genuine and it's not coming from the person that you think it is coming from. So these are the ways you can actually identify some of these threats. So let's go to the part of protecting yourself online. One way of protecting yourself online is through multi-factor authentication. We call it MFA. Sometimes we call it 2FA, two-factor authentication. So there are some apps you will see, especially your bank apps, they will ask you to do a thumbprint. They will now ask you to do password. So those things are giving you layers of security. If someone is able to guess your password right, I think it will be very difficult for them to have your thumbprints also. So those things are any important platform you are using, you should be able to do your two-factor or multi-factor authentication so that they will be able to authenticate you, secure you in different layers. If the attacker is able to guess your password, he can't guess your your thumbprint. If he's able to guess your thumbprints, he might not be able to get your facial recognition and all that. So multi-factor authentication is very, very important. And you authenticate with something you know, just like your password, something you have, like a trusted device. You could have your password device. You can also authenticate with something you are, which is your fingerprint, your facial recognition. So those are multi-factor authentication is very, very important when you are always online and dealing with online platforms. Try to authenticate. Don't just live on one password. No. Try to have multi-layer authentications on the apps and platforms you use. Okay, this is the Wikimedia password policy I was talking about. So there is a section in Wikimedia, they are in charge of securing Wikimedia platforms. So they encourage us regular users. Your password requirements are defined for both, regular and privileged users. So on that password requirements, you are being encouraged to use 8 characters. So your password should be at least more than 8 characters so that it will be very difficult to crack. And on these 8 characters, alphanumeric, the password should have letters, it should have numbers, the password should also have symbols. So when you combine these three, alphanumeric and beta, you can able to get a strong password. So, and must not be in the list of 100,000 most popular used password. So there is a document. I don't know, Busola, if you can post the link for 100,000 most used common password. There is a link she will drop on the comment section. When you click on that link, you will see up to 100,000 of passwords that people commonly used. One of them is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see that password is very, very notorious. People use it anyhow. So when you use that password, many platforms will not even allow you because it's being red flagged. So when she posts that link on the comment section, go through that password, you will see a whole lot of password that is commonly used by people. Make sure your own is not one of them. Okay, also must not be the same as your username. So don't make your password to be as the same as your username. No, it's very bad. Your username is visible. Your password should not be even randomly guessed from your username. So your username and your password should be very, very different. That is, these are the Wikimedia password policy. I told you guys that you being a user can also be a huge detriment to the security of Wikimedia platform. So you should also be very, very careful on the password and usernames you use. Okay, moving forward. Okay, yeah. So for privileged users, just like I was saying before, privileged users are admins and others. People who have admin privilege is also encouraged to use at least 10 characters, must not also be among the 100,000 most popular used password. Also, don't make your password as the same as your username. So it's the same policy. So we should try, also you can, there is also a link for where you can read up this password policy for Wikimedia. Also, let's go to, okay, other best practices for you to protect yourself online. Strong and unique password, we have talked about that. We have talked about multi-factor authentication. We have also talked, okay, secure browsers. So there are browsers that are very encouraged to use. You can use Chrome, you can use Explorer. Yeah, those are at least the two common ones. I don't know Opera Mini. I don't know their security architecture for now, but at least Chrome is very, very advisable because they are always up to speed with their security natures, architecture. So Chrome is very, very advisable. Also, avoid public Wi-Fi's. Just like I told you, there can actually be middlemen in your networks. You should avoid public Wi-Fi's. So what public Wi-Fi does is that it shares a common route to everybody using it. So if a very good hacker hacks into a public, let's say airport Wi-Fi, and maybe he noticed that you are doing some kind of transaction, the hacker can actually, from the Wi-Fi, because him also is being logged in the Wi-Fi route, him also can be able to crack your details through just because of you guys are sharing the same Wi-Fi. It's very, very possible. It's very, very possible. So it's advisable to, when you are doing something important in public, please don't use public Wi-Fi, especially maybe when you are doing some transaction, monetary transaction, when you are sending some important high classified documents, please don't use mail. Even when you are doing some of your social media thing, and maybe you are a person of high profile, you should also not use public Wi-Fi. In fact, if you have a way of using your own personal Wi-Fi, please use it. But maybe let's say you are in a place whereby maybe you don't have access to your own personal Wi-Fi. You can, but then limit the kind of things you are doing on a public Wi-Fi. Regular software updates, we've talked about that. Whenever an update comes up on your operating systems, on your software, on your apps, please try as much as possible to update, because some of those updates comes with security patches that maybe they have actually solved. And actually, there is a time Wikimedia security department, they noticed I think in 2013, they noticed a kind of security breach in someone's someone trying to use their API or something like that. So, and that security breach actually affected, I think, 13,000 users or so. Yeah, it's actually affected 13,000 users, and they were able to solve that security breach and updated the platform. And I think some people had to change their username and password or so for it to it to be effective, for the patches to be effective. So this security thing is also very, very important. Wikimedia has actually encountered so many of these security breaches before. So compliance and risk. So this is how we should comply to all of these. The Wikimedia security team will always conduct activities, including but not limited to auditing accounts, attacks against user password, and user surveys. So sometimes when they see some of these problems, they encourage some of the users that are being affected to change their password. And sometimes you get a notification for you to change your password and all that if they find out that your account is being attacked or being affected. So you might get a notification for you to do some things to prevent it from happening again. And also, if they want some security upgrade, they could actually, if it has to do with people changing their password, they will actually also send a notification for that. So these things also affect Wikimedia platform also. So we should also be very, very careful. So responsible digital behavior. So when you are online, some of the things you should do: respect privacy. Respect people's privacy. Maybe when someone is typing their username and this thing and password, try as much as possible not to look into people's personal data. And also, if you are owner of an app or a platform, you should be able to give your users a document that a consent form for them to consent if you should be able to use their data for any other thing, or how their data will be used. So those things are you respecting people's privacy. So if you are owner of a platform, it's very, very encouraged for you to tell your users how their information is being used. There is this thing called GDPR. The whole of UK, not UK, the whole of Europe agreed on that. So whatever thing you are doing in Europe, there is actually a way for you to use their citizens' data. I don't know if Africa have not come up with something like that, but there is a structured things they are expecting you to use from their citizens' data. If you go against that, you have a huge fine to pay. Facebook I don't know, sometimes you hear that Facebook is paying so fine, Google is paying so fine. It's because of they went above or beyond how they are using people's privacy and people's private data. So it's very, very important. Also, follow platform policies. Just like we talked about Wikimedia password policy, you should be able to follow it follow it very well and make sure that you comply to their Wikimedia password policy. Also, self-communication practices. Yeah, so whenever you are, make sure that the places you are sending, WhatsApp will tell you that they have end-to-end encryption. Make sure that where you are communicating is very, very safe. Make sure the channel you are using to communicate is very safe. Make sure the email you are using is very safe. So all those communication practices is very, very important. Make sure you are safe wherever you are online. If you notice that things are not looking okay and as usual, just try as much as possible maybe to log out or to maybe send a complaint about the things you are noticing on the platform. So personal security management, you as a person, what do you need to be doing? So these things are the things you should ask yourself. What information about me is public? So sometimes you go and search about yourself on Google. Type your name and search about yourself in Google. See the things that are coming up. See whether there is a lot of private information about you that you don't want to be online, but they are online in somehow. Track it down, see whether you can be able to delete them. So sometimes try go to a browser, search about your name and see what comes out. Also, is my account protected? So whichever platform you are signing up to, make sure that they have some security aspects that protect your information. Also, how do you respond to an attack? You respond to an attack by when you see those something that you don't actually understand, you don't do anything. Let's say you are having a call from a number that you don't know where it's coming from. You are seeing an email from where you don't know it's coming from. It's either you delete or you report. Don't try to engage, because the more you engage, the more they are getting out whatever thing it is that they want to get out from you. So if something goes wrong, what do you do? Secure account immediately. So if you are, let's say you are a Wikimedia user and you notice that you are being hacked, first thing first is for you to log out completely. Log out completely. Then with time, you can ask questions around, and people that know more about what is going on will actually tell you what to do next. Also, change your password. Report to the platform, just like I said. Seek for support and help. Those are the kind of things you would do when things go wrong. Okay, so thank you very much for being on this section. Stay safe and stay smart. Thank you all. I don't know if there is any question. Any question or?
Yeah, there's just one last question on the chat
Okay.
box, and it says, please, what about cookies? Should we accept all cookies on websites?
Okay, yeah. So cookies are kind of codes that actually sometimes make the web browser to remind you, make the web browser to remind to have a knowledge of the place you are at a particular time, so that when you are trying to load that website again, it will be so easy. So it's advisable to accept all cookies, but when you're not sure of the platform you are on, let's say it's one time or this not popular platform, you don't know about them, don't accept the cookies. or if you want to accept, there are options of where you can choose the kind of cookies you want to accept. But if it's a credible website, you can accept. It helps the browser to continue from where you stop. It doesn't have to load all the websites again. Maybe when you are back, maybe when you sign out or coming back again to the website, it doesn't have to load all the information again. Just have to start from somewhere. So if you're on a credible website, you can accept cookies. Website that you trusted, you can accept cookies. But when you are operating in a platform that you are not sure about what they are doing, please don't accept cookies. Okay, any other question? Do we have any other question? Okay, so do we have any other question? Busola, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, is there any other question?
No, someone just posted now, how does reporting works?
Okay, so some platforms, you could see, if you go to your settings, you could see where you can report. On Wikipedia, you can also see where you can report on Wikipedia. So there are so many places on platforms where you could see the reports icon, or yeah, you can actually, or you can browse on Google and ask Google, how can you make a complaint or report? Or you can also report through email. So some platforms do have support channels. So you can actually report through those support channels. And also they have an inbuilt reporting system. I know a lot of these applications have it. So you can report through those channels, or you can easily report through their email. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So there is without no much questions again, I would advise us to just stay a little bit for Busola to just run us over on how to contribute on Wikiquotes, because the other side of this event is an editathon that has to do with Wikipedia and Wikiquotes. So I know most of us are conversant with Wikipedia, but Wikiquotes is something that is not usually talked about. So I would want my colleague to just brush us up on Wikiquotes, so that if you want to join the contest, you know what to do. Okay. Priscilla, you have the floor now.
Okay, thank you very much for the enlightening section. So I'll just do a very brief rundown on Wikicodes, and I'll share my screen now, please.
Okay, let me stop sharing.
I just sent a request to share my screen.
Okay.
So I'm very sure a lot of us here would have a Wikipedia account, and for most Wikimedia projects, your central login works on every other project. So if you're able to log into your Wikipedia, you should also be able to log in on Wikicodes. Still waiting for authorization to share my screen.
Okay, yeah, your screen is being shared.
Okay, thank you. So to get to Wikicodes, okay, just bring this down. Yeah, you could just search for Wikicodes on Google, just normal search. and it brings it to Wikicodes. Wikicodes has a very similar interface to Wikipedia. And okay. So Wikicodes has a very similar interface to Wikipedia, and it's basically a platform where you get quotes from different people. So the way you have a Wikipedia article about a person, you could have a Wikiquotes article about a person, just showcasing a lot of their quotes. So I'll just search for a very popular person we know, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. And this is our Wikiquotes article. And just like Wikipedia, we have a brief summary about who she is. We have an image, a picture of her, and then we go ahead to have quotes from her, which are referenced from where these quotes are gotten. For some other people, you could see quotes that they have given and quotes that people have said about them. And you have the quotes here. So very briefly, we'll just be working on one person. Since we'll be centering on tech personnel and people in the tech space, I found this very interesting guy, Philip, and he has a Wikipedia page. So he's a Nigerian computer scientist who is currently in the US. He attended George Washington University and the School of Engineering, Oregon State University. And he received a scholarship after completing a course at the University of London. He's very renowned in the maths and computer space. And so when I come and search for him on Wikicodes, I realized that he does not have a Wikicodes account. And it's just very easy. The same way you search on Wikipedia, you search on Wikicodes, and I searched for him and I realized that he doesn't have an account. And a very interesting way to create an account for a person is to click on the red link, and then you are taken to the page where you have to create, just very similar to Wikipedia. And so a very interesting thing we can do is we can just come to Wikipedia and copy his biography, just like when I say the biography, not really this section, but this one that just talks about him, who he is. And so I'll just use my edit source to copy out the quotes. Okay, let's just put this. I can also go to Wikimedia Commons and search for pictures, but that would take a time, and if we have time, I will do that to add to this. And so I have a basic background about who he is. He's a Nigerian computer scientist, was accused of making controversial statements about his achievements, which are distributed by the scientific society or community. I'm going to add reference links later on. But just to go to the quotes part, so I'm going to create a new heading, for the quotes. And because I'm using the preview screen, I can see what I'm editing in real time. And so a very interesting way to find quotes, what I personally do sometimes, I just run a normal Google search, right? When you search for him, you can either come to news up here to see where he has been featured. So you can see a lot of links. These are very good places to find where the subject has spoken, or where they have given a presentation, or a book they have written, an article they have written. You'll find them a lot under news. Or I could just come and just add interviews to this site, so to find the interviews that he has given. And then you could find some videos, and then you could just like get some quotes from the transcription, or you could scroll down and then you see other articles or other interview or articles that shows interviews. So I was able to find about 3 different sites. This is a LinkedIn post that he wrote. And the thing about quotes is just the fact that he wrote everything does not make it a quote. So I can't just copy. I remember the small talk with about 20 other visa interviewees, the nervous energy in the air and the warning from one of them. it's not really a quote. It's just like a statement is making. So I can't copy this as a quote. So you have to have understanding of what a quote is in something that can be understood in or without context. And so if I just scroll down a bit, I found one interesting statement he made. So at the end of this paragraph, he said, so to each one of you, I say, dream big, work hard, and never give up. Your journey might be filled with challenges, but remember, it is those challenges that forge the strongest steel. So I see this as a quote I can reference that he has said. Right? It has a lot more context than just copying. I remember the small talk with about 20 other visa interviewees. So I'm going to use this as my quote. I'm just going to copy the first 2 lines. I mean, I could copy the whole paragraph. You are the future of this great nation, and I do not doubt that you rise to shape a world that is brighter, better, and more beautiful. But I'll just limit myself to these first 2 lines. So I'll copy this as my first quote, and I'll go back to this page I was creating, have a bullet point, and I'll paste it. Right. And so I have to reference where I got these quotes from. And up here, you just see the reference tab, which is this, which creates the placeholder for you. And then I just come up and copy this link where I got it from, and then I paste as my reference. And so on the right hand of my screen, you could see I've gotten one quote with the reference. And so I can go down again and create another bullet point. And then I go on to find, this another interview I found that he had, and you can just read through, just try and pick up something that stands out. So I saw this, the hardship of living in a refugee camp made me psychologically strong. It is called Learning from the School of Hard Knocks. It made me street smart. It equipped me with a greater sense of determination and vision. This is a really good quote. And I found another one somewhere down here. Found one. Okay, there was another one I found. Yes, this. So he said, first, I identify an analogous problem in nature and borrow from it. It is smarter to borrow from nature than to reinvent the wheels. So I really love this one. So I'm going to copy it as another quote and do the same thing I did. I paste it as my second quote, get my reference tab, and copy the link where I got the reference from. And there I have my second quote. And you're not limited to one quote per interview. So the first one that I saw that I said I liked also, which was somewhere up there, this paragraph, I can also copy it as my quotes, and I am creating a third quote from him. I paste it, and I can use the same reference. And so I have 3 quotes from him. I could find one more. There's one more interview I found of him. And all of these links, I found them just by searching his name and interview. And I just kept scrolling down just to find some interviews he has given. You could watch videos where he was speaking, TED shows, lectures, seminars of whoever the subject is that you're creating a Wikiquote article for. And so you could just scroll down and try to find something that stands out from all what he has said here. I think I like this one. It is very easy to become motivated if you live in one of the harshest places in the world and become aware that a good education offers an opportunity for a better life. The struggles I had in my early years in Africa is what motivates me. So this last part of the quotes is more personal. So I'm just going to stick with the first part, where you become aware that a good education offers a better life. And so this is a very interesting quote I'm going to copy And I'm going to create my fourth quote and get my reference. This one was not supposed to be here. Get my reference. And let's see if we could find one more interesting quote from this interview. This is interesting. Remember that Africans were not always minority in science. Let's see if we could find something better. I think we'll just stick to what we have for now. Okay, this is an interesting one. Science grows by accumulation of knowledge. The internet does not have one birthplace or one birth date or place. Since the internet is a product of succession, I think I like these first two sentences. Science grows by accumulation of knowledge. The internet does not have one birth date or place. And so I can just copy this as our last quotes. I mean, you could have as many quotes as you want from a person, but just to keep this really brief, I'll make this my last quote. And same thing, get my reference. And so I have 5 quotes from him. And because we already saw that he has a Wikipedia page, so we can have like another section for external reference. And then just link Wikipedia. And I think I saw he also has a commons category. They'll do Wikimedia Commons. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I didn't get the templates for Wikimedia Commons. I know I did see it on our page. So let's see how it was written there. Okay, it's Commons category. I'm supposed to write, not Wikimedia Commons. Okay, and so very interestingly, in like 10 minutes, because I already had my references down and the quotes I wanted to use, but if you've done your research, in very few minutes, we're able to create. So just a summary, new article. Is there any hashtag we're using for this event?
Yes, we are using Cybersec.
Is this
Yes, yeah,
like this?
yes.
Okay. And so I added the hashtag for our event and I can publish this page. And associates, yes. And so this is it. I've created a Wikicodes page for Philip Emeagwali. And I can quickly add an image. If I come to his commons category, you'll see a lot of images from him. This is the one that is on his Wikipedia page. I can choose to use this. I can choose, okay, no, this is the one on his Wikipedia page, and I can choose to use this. It looks like the most recent of all of them. And so I'll just use this. And just the same way you add an image to The same way you add an image to a Wikipedia article, you could do the same and add it to a Wikiquotes article also. So I just come, I edit, and at the beginning I add an image, and this is my file name. Let's just say portraits of Philip. And I upload. Okay, I can't say. Okay, or I could just add it manually. Because the option I used was to upload an image from my, of my own instead of using an image from Wikimedia Commons. And so I think I need to have it cropped. Let's see.
Is this the image you uploaded by yourself?
No, I got this image from Wikimedia Commons.
Okay. Okay, just need much. Yeah.
So it's cropped now, portrait of Philip. And so I could just publish my changes, and I have a much better article. I have a brief biography. I mean, this could be better. I could do a better biography for him, probably get more information from his Wikipedia page. I have his image, I have his quotes, a lot more quotes can be added. I have my references, and it's linked to his Wikipedia page, links to his Wikimedia Commons category. So from Wiki Quotes, you can easily just click here and you go to his Wikipedia article. I can go to his Wiki Commons category for his media also. And so that's basic. That's just the basics of creating a wiki quotes. All you need to do is find the person whose quotes you want and you search for them on wiki quotes. You would either find them or you don't. If you don't, you see them on a red link, and then you could just click on the red link to create a page, go online, find interviews, find speeches, find reports that they have written, articles they've written, and just get key quotes you could bring out from those works. You put them, you reference them accurately, and yes, that's the basics. So I'm just going to ask if there's any question before I stop sharing my screen.
Maureen is asking, I need you, please, to please a tutor section. Maureen, I don't understand your question. Can you ask it out loud so that we can understand?
It's not really a question. Sorry. I said, I
Okay.
need you, please. I meant to say as a tutor for a tutor session. I don't know if you're for
Okay. Oh,
a tutor
okay.
session. Sorry.
All right, no problem.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen, right?
Yes, you can. I don't know if does anyone have any question from. So, okay, someone is asking, you don't need credible sources to reference.
Oh, yeah, yes, you do. Yes, you do. But I think the difference with Wikipedia and wiki sources, I don't think they have the same list of credible
Wikiquotes.
sources. Wikiquote, sorry. And so if you could find an interview where you see that it's actually the person, this interview was from the person, so and you can reference it, because now if you click on that link, you're going to see a transcription of that interview that was given. So I can't just find a place where you said, for this example, Philip said this on an article. That doesn't really count because it's just like a reported speech. You're saying Philip said. But where you can see an accurate transcription that this was an interview, the interviewer's question, Philip's answer, the interviewer's question, and you see that this was actually like a structured interview. That works. If you can find a video where he's actually speaking, which is even like more reliable, where you can actually hear the words coming out from his mouth, those are also credible sources. And then you could also check on Wikipedia for the list of credible sources and go on there. And then if there's like a search engine there, search for interviews about the subjects you're trying to create an article for, just to get more reliable and more credible sources.
Okay. Thank you very much, Busula, for this wonderful section. This is the end for our session for today. And okay, Abdul, you want to ask a question? Go on.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you, Busola, for that wonderful session. I learned a lot. And I wanted to just comment on the last question. I think the person was trying to understand the difference between using a LinkedIn reference and other credible sources. What he meant was, is it not necessary to make it
Please, can you be more audible? Can you be more audible? Like, speak to your mic.
okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I was using the Bluetooth. I think it's better now, is it?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay, I think the person was trying to ascertain the difference between LinkedIn sources and, media sources, media websites, like the official news sources that we have. But your explanation clarified it all. The person, as long as it is the person's work, the poster, we can use them regardless of which websites or social media we find them on. Well, I think there's a difference. Can we use social media quotes about from them, when they post any personal works of themselves on maybe Facebook? Can we use that? I saw you use his LinkedIn post. So can we use Facebook or Twitter or any other social media? Thank you.
Okay, I just checked now online, and I'm just to read it. Credible sources for wiki codes could include primary sources like original books. So if they have a book that was written by themselves, speeches and interviews, alongside reputable secondary sources such as academic press books, major newspapers, and established edited quotation or dictionaries. And so coming to social media, so if, like, let's say a Twitter post, I have a Twitter account and then I make a post. So you know that is my account. So it is the work or the post is coming from me. So I would say that could count as a credible source because that is my own social media account, not someone or like say Insta blog saying this is what this person said, or Pulse Ninja or all of these other blogs that report posts. But if it is like, because this one I got now was from his LinkedIn, it was an article and a LinkedIn article that he wrote, right? So it's not like a secondary source, it's a primary source from himself. So that's the distinctions for getting quotes from social media platforms. It has to be their own personal accounts, their own personal writings.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Busala. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I think that's clear enough. Okay, so as I was saying, so this is the two sections we have for you today. So the next part of this event is the editathon contest, which has to do with editing Wikipedia and wiki quotes, and if you can create a new wiki quote of a person, that's fine. And if you can also create a Wikipedia new article, that's fine. If you can edit already existing ones, that's also fine. So edit can come in so many ways. You can add an info box, add new paragraph, add a picture to an article. So you can contribute in so many ways. But we are focusing on technology, people in tech, or a technology company, or someone, a person in tech, or biography of someone in tech. So we are focusing on technology. So if you want to join this contest, you should be able, if you go to the meta page, I think Busola has dropped the link, the meta page for this event. You will see categories of um, articles you can work on, and also you can also search for wiki quotes and see things you can add on maybe an existing wiki quotes already, or you make a research just like Bisola did now, and you create a new wiki quotes for someone. So example, English only. Can I create Wikimedia article about people in tech in my language? Okay, that's yes, but why we don't normally talk about language that much is because of um, we will need a judge that is in your language, that understands your language. But it's fine also, Mohammed, if you want to do the translation thing, is fine. But make sure that what you are translating is very accurate. So you can join. I think most of us are in the Wiki Activate group. We will continue this conversation over there, and the contest. Remember, the contest will have winners after the contest, and the contest will be ending on 21st of February this month. So we will encourage you to join and contribute and try to see to do these things Busola showed us today on Wikiquotes. And also, I know most of us are very, very conversant and familiar with Wikipedia. You can also do that, contribute on that. Then, if you have any question, please put it up on the group. We can discuss about it. Nobody buys in the group. Just make sure it's within the Wikimedia conversation. Don't carry your another problem that we don't know anything about and come inside the group. Just make sure it's within the Wikimedia conversation. And maybe this event on cybersecurity, we can also talk about those things. But for the contest, you can ask any question. We have prizes for the first three people, and also some consolation prizes for people that try to do something on their own. So please join the contest. We have like 70 people that registered on the Meta page, but what I'm seeing here is around 21. So I don't know, maybe some other people are engaged in so many other things. So thank you all for making it possible to be around to the end of this section. Bisola, you can also post the data reimbursement form. So we will obviously reimburse data for people that attended this section. Please fill out the form. I don't know, has she posted the form? So you can, okay, so the data reimbursement form is up now. You can click on it and fill out the form, and obviously we'll reimburse your data. And with time, if you also need data to continue your contribution, your contest contribution, you can also reach out to any of us. We can also assist on that because there is a commission for that. So yeah, so try and fill out this form, and thank you all for coming to this section. What is not working? The form is not working. The link is not working.
Yep.
Wait, let me check it out. Not found. Wait, though. Have I gone? Let me see if I copied the right link. Okay. I think I copied the wrong link. Let me post the right link. No, sorry about that. Okay, no wonder when I was trying to expand the link, it wasn't going to. I copied the wrong link. So this is the new link now. You can try it out now. So this is the new link. So can you repost? My network is locked. My network logged me out. What should I repost? Okay. Okay, she has reposted. Okay. So fill the form and we will get back to you on the data and yeah. So the contest has started. It will end on 21st of this month. Please, we encourage you all to join and ask questions wherever you are confused. We'll try as much as possible to answer. Do we have any suggestion or contribution or anybody that wants to make any comments? Anybody on the comments? Anybody that wants to make any comment, you can. Okay, so thank you all for showing up today. We'll still keep the conversation going on the platform on WikiActivate Africa group. And yeah, thank you all. So without any further question or suggestion or any contribution, I would love to end this section. Thank you all and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Good night.